The courtroom smelled of polished wood and old paper. Heavy silence pressed down on everyone inside, broken only by the shuffle of lawyers' shoes and the soft clicks of cameras outside the doors. The trial of Vanessa King had begun, and sitting quietly in the gallery was Maya Johnson. The woman Vanessa had dragged into the fire. From the very first words, Vanessa's defense team went on the attack. "Ladies and gentlemen," her lawyer said, his voice smooth as silk, "this is not a case of cold-blooded murder. This is a case of jealousy, betrayal, and a scorned woman seeking revenge. My client, Vanessa King, is not the villain here. She is the victim." His finger pointed, subtle but sharp, toward Maya. Gasps rippled through the room. Maya felt the weight of every eye on her, burning holes into her skin. She wasn't on trial, but somehow she was. The prosecution countered with facts. They showed photos of Derrick's bruises from the argument. They brought in the hotel guard, who swore he saw Vanessa push Derrick during their fight. But Vanessa was clever. Too clever. On the stand, tears rolled down her cheeks. She painted herself as a woman trapped between two jealous lovers. Derrick, controlling and violent, and Maya, bitter and vengeful. "I didn't push him," she sobbed. "I was trying to stop him from hurting me." Then Maya appeared. "Yes, I saw her, and Derrick went over the edge. But I swear, I didn't mean for it to happen." Her words dripped poison, and once again, the seed of doubt grew. After the session, Maya sat outside on the courthouse steps, the world spinning. Reporters circled like vultures, shouting questions. "Did you kill Derrick, Maya? Were you jealous of Vanessa? Why were you on the rooftop that night?" She pushed through the crowd, her chest tight, her mind screaming. But that night, something unexpected happened. Her phone buzzed again. Another unknown number. This time, it wasn't Vanessa. It was a voice she hadn't heard in years. "Maya," the man said, low and urgent. "It's Jordan. We need to talk about Derrick." Her breath caught. Jordan Blake, Derrick's former business partner. The man who had vanished years ago after rumors of fraud and betrayal. Why now? Why him? They met in a quiet diner, the kind where nobody asked questions. Jordan looked older, worn down by secrets, but his eyes burned with a dangerous truth. "You're not safe," he said without preamble. "Vanessa is lying, yes, but it's bigger than her. Derrick wasn't just a cheater. He was into things that would ruin people if the truth got out. And Vanessa knows it." Maya leaned forward, heart pounding. "What are you saying?" Jordan slid a flash drive across the table. Derrick kept records, deals, blackmail, payoffs. This drive could destroy reputations. And I think that rooftop fight wasn't about love. It was about this. Maya's hand trembled as she picked it up. She had walked into a nightmare of betrayal, but now she realized it wasn't just personal. It was dangerous. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She plugged in the drive, scrolling through files that made her blood run cold. Emails, bank transfers, photographs. Derrick had been blackmailing powerful people. Politicians, businessmen, even police officers. And Vanessa had known. Suddenly, Derrick's death looked less like a lover's quarrel, and more like a cover-up. The next morning, she made a decision that would change everything. She walked into Detective Harris's office and dropped the drive on his desk. "You want the truth?" she said, her voice steady despite the storm inside her. "Here it is." Harris studied her, then the drive. For the first time, the doubt in his eyes softened. But truth comes with a cost. By that evening, Maya's apartment door had been forced open. Her belongings were scattered, her laptop gone, and taped to her mirror was a single note, written in Vanessa's handwriting. "You should have stayed silent." The game had shifted. Vanessa wasn't just fighting for her freedom. She was fighting to bury secrets worth killing for. And Maya? She was now the only one standing in her way. What do you think was really on Derrick's flash drive? Was Vanessa protecting herself? Or working for someone much more powerful? Let me know what you think in the comments. Maya didn't sleep that night. Every creak in her apartment sounded like footsteps. Every shadow looked like Vanessa's hand reaching through the dark. The note on her mirror, "You should have stayed silent," burned in her mind like a brand. She knew then. Vanessa wasn't bluffing. This wasn't about jealousy anymore. This was survival. The next morning, Maya walked into the hospital like a ghost. Her co-workers whispered behind her back, half in pity, half in suspicion. She had gone from being the most compassionate nurse on the ward to the woman tied to a murder trial. She pretended not to notice, but inside, she was breaking. And then her phone buzzed. A message. No name, no number, just words. "Meet me where it all began. Midnight. Come alone." Her breath hitched. Vanessa. At midnight, Maya stood on the rooftop of the very hotel where Derrick had fallen. The wind bit at her skin, sharp and merciless. And then she heard the footsteps. Vanessa stepped out of the shadows, her once perfect face pale under the moonlight. Her eyes glistened, not with tears but with fire. "You just don't know when to stop, do you?" she hissed. Maya's fists clenched. "You dragged me into this, Vanessa. You lied. You tried to ruin me. But I know the truth now. Derrick wasn't the saint you made him out to be. He was a monster, and you were part of it." Vanessa's lips curled into a bitter smile. "You think exposing him makes you innocent? No, you were always jealous, always second best. And now you want to play hero?" Maya took a step closer. Her voice was steady. "I don't want revenge. I want the truth. If you pushed him, say it. End this." For a flicker of a moment, Vanessa's mask cracked. Her eyes darted to the edge of the rooftop, the same edge where Derrick had fallen. And then, in a voice cold enough to freeze blood, she whispered, "Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But the world will never believe you over me." Before Maya could respond, sirens wailed in the distance. Police cars swarmed the hotel. Vanessa's smirk vanished. "You set me up." Maya shook her head. "No, you set yourself up." Detective Harris stepped onto the rooftop, flanked by officers. "Vanessa King, you're under arrest for obstruction of justice, witness intimidation, and conspiracy." Vanessa's eyes widened, fury twisting her features. "You think you've won?" She spat at Maya as the cuffs clicked around her wrists. "This isn't over. Not for you. Not for anyone." Her words echoed like a curse. But Harris wasn't smiling. He turned to Maya, voice low. "You should be careful. If Derrick was blackmailing the people on that drive, Vanessa might not be the only one who wants you silent." The warning sank into Maya's bones. Justice was coming, but so was danger. The trial dragged on for weeks. Vanessa fought with every lie she could summon, but the evidence was stacked high. The flash drive revealed Derrick's empire of corruption, and Vanessa's fingerprints were all over it. The jury deliberated for 2 days. When they returned, the verdict cut through the courtroom like a blade. Guilty. Vanessa's scream shattered the air. She clawed at the table, her mask finally gone. As guards dragged her away, her eyes locked on Maya's. "This isn't over," she shrieked. "You'll pay for this. They'll never let you live." Her voice echoed down the hall until it was swallowed by silence. Maya sat frozen, her heart pounding. Relief washed over her. But so did dread. Because Harris was right. The trial might have ended. Vanessa might have fallen. But the powerful men Derrick had blackmailed, the ones exposed by the flash drive, they weren't finished. And Maya had just painted a target on her back. That night, as she walked out of the courthouse, a single black car idled by the curb. The window rolled down, just enough for a man's voice to drift out. "Low, cold, Dangerous. You should have stayed silent. The car pulled away into the darkness, leaving Maya standing under the streetlight, her breath caught in her throat. The war wasn't over. It had only just begun. To be continued. Do you think Vanessa will try to come back from prison? Or is someone even more powerful about to make their move against Maya? Drop your theories in the comments. I want to hear what you think, and watch out for part 3.